Well, right now we want to bring in one of our our Bria Smith, because we are talking about local news here, and it centers around trying to get a conversation with Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office, MCSO Sheriff Garry McFadden. We were able to nail down an interview time, and Bria, wow, you spent some time with the sheriff talking to him on several topics. I know one of them, of course, in light of Irina Zarutska's stabbing death on the light rail, that spun a lot of conversation. Where did you start with Sheriff McFadden this morning?
Definitely a very lengthy time there, about an hour, where we kind of touched on several different points there. So we kind of broke it up, or in my head anyways, into the issues versus the solutions of an incident like this, but also overall, the main driving point there being mental health and how important it is for not only, unhoused people within our area and really throughout the country and world, but also the law enforcement that are dealing with these separate incidences or these individuals like DeCarlos Brown, who clearly have, some kind of mental challenge or struggle. And so a big point was that there's a need for a forensic facility. So they do have different programs within the facility or agency and detention center that does facilitate, individuals who need psychiatric help and things like that. But they all ultimately, at the end of the day, Sheriff McFadden states that, they're a detention center. And so they need more outsourced help. And he thinks that a forensic evaluation facility can be that assistance to his agency.
He has always been quite outspoken, and we do appreciate his time. A nice hour-long conversation. Yeah. That's good. I'm sure he had some hot takes. And we're going to play all of that interview here on WCNC Plus. And so, because they're a detention facility, he's calling for more resources and outsourcing, especially for mental health. He admittedly, though, said something to the effect that we do get a percentage of those who are dealing with mental health issues here in the jail, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So the detention center, has about 1,500 individuals, but about 100 of those individuals face some sort of mental challenge and things like that. So he's really trying to focus on, what can we do to help more. This RISE program that he has is about 25 beds. And not only is, this program helping people within the Charlotte area, but also 36 counties within the Western District of North Carolina. So, other individuals are coming to receive the resources that they have. So really, he's just calling on, not only city leaders, but also community leaders as well, to kind of step in and facilitate and prevent, incidents and individuals like these on the streets.
So he's saying mental health issues and detainees, this is nothing new to see this, right? And so what is his remarks or comments when it comes to a story like this with DeCarlos Brown and Irina Zarutska, that it has gotten the attention of the nation and the world because of the impacts that Zarutska came from Ukraine, escaping her bomb shelter there. And so, yeah, what is he saying to that? Because I assume he's saying we see this all the time, and now it's making headlines?
Yeah, that is actually one of the main points that he did make. He deals with this every single day. So to him, in his words, he said that this incident, there wasn't anything that was outstanding, whereas to, the community or the public, it might seem very alarming, and to which case, I do think it is a very alarming incident. But he deals with this every day, and he also made the point in that mental health aspect that, also the law enforcement or his agency and his staff have to deal with incidents like this on a daily basis. So sometimes the pressure of, a news or, a story getting this kind of news coverage and, it escalating to where it has today can also add some pressure there. But just to kind of keep in mind that, there are people all over, whether they are, refugees or immigrants or right here in Charlotte, families dealing with these incidences, and the families of these, individuals who are in the center and wanting to receive that, mental help. for their own family members.
Does it seem like he's frustrated then?
Yeah, I definitely get that kind of, message from him. There were some things that he definitely did repeat. I think that he's frustrated not because of the work that he has to do, him and his agency, but because he does want the support of local, national, state, leaders, and anyone else within the community. He says you can walk down anywhere in Charlotte and see, unhoused people, and they may have issues of their own, whether it is schizophrenia or what have you. But those individuals can't really receive the help that he can provide if they don't commit a crime, and then he can intervene. So that was a lot of his frustration, is where can we meet someone where they are before they have to get to the point of taking a life.
Okay, very good. And what else did you guys talk about in your hour-long sit-down?
He also talked about some main points. So we also mentioned cash bonds there. And he says, whether there is cash bonds or cashless bonds, no matter what, at the end of the day, someone, might be released X amount of times, in this case to Carlos Brown, some 14 times. But ultimately, that's not going to change the mindset of someone who is mentally ill, possibly mentally ill. And so just having that intervention, again, he really referred to that forensic evaluation facility that he sees could be some hope within not just Charlotte, but also other cities throughout.
All right, he's seeking solutions. I know you're seeking solutions by talking to him. Appreciate his time. Anything else you want our viewers to know at this hour, Bria?
I think that covers some of the main points, but there will be more coverage at 4, 5, and 6 p.m. In our broadcast time. So definitely be on the lookout for those stories.
All right, Bria Smith from WCNC Charlotte sitting down with MCSO Garry McFadden and breaking it down for us. Real talk, I would imagine.
Yeah.
We're going to play a lot of that interview anyway as well. So this happened this morning.
Yes.
And we will begin to play this interview now with Garry McFadden. Bria's Stories coming up on WCNC Charlotte starting at 4. Appreciate you, Bria.
Thank you.
You released a statement addressing the importance of mental health following the recent stabbing of Irina Zaretska. So do you want to kind of touch on, the main points in that statement and that importance of mental health?
Well, we're only addressing mental health now because of the stabbing on the light rail. Mental health was always one of my key points to address. This is why when I first took office in 2018-19, here at the Mecklenburg County Detention Center, we created the first mental health pod for men in 2019 with no additional funding. We just created because I saw the need after talking to one of my staff members, but also being a former homicide detective, of how many people that I sat across from doing an interview with, or even knowing some of the witnesses that we came across that had mental health challenges. So after that, after 2019, in the middle of COVID, myself and the state of North Carolina came up with what we call the RISE program, and that's Restoring Individually Safety and Effectively. We created that in 2022. In 2025, we created RISE program that we called 5.0. So now the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office now takes in 36 other counties, Sheriff's Office individual who are incarcerated to bring here for treatment. And so we're glad that this incident brought mental health to the forefront, and everybody is concerned about it, but we want them to be concerned about it even more and place the funding where it needs to be and place the resources where it needs to be. So think about it. We are a detention center. We're not a hospital. We are a detention center, but we are acting as though that we are a mental health facility. We need more forensic hospitals. And the reason I'm going on and on about this, because we may not get another chance to talk about it. It has to be a tragic death as this for us to bring this to the forefront. And it is a hot topic, but what do we do after today? And what do we do during the Christmas holidays? What do we do next year? That's what we're concerned. Sure, it's a hot topic now, but it should have been a hot topic long before now.
What mental health resources are available at the detention center?
Well, we have, if you look at it, and this is why it's so important for us to talk about it. Think about this. We have 3 groundbreaking programs that nobody talked about. So our citizens don't know about this. Our first one is just the behavioral health program. And so last week, we graduated about 9 people from that behavioral health unit. So it's just giving them the resources, the rec time, and all of that they need to be productive citizens. And so we have what they call the RISE program now. And it's called RISE because we have found out that our people cannot go to court. And it's called Incapable to Proceed, ITP. So restoring individuals safely and effectively. That is the biggest program that we have. And just think about it, 36 to 39 other sheriff's offices do not have that, and 36 to 39 sheriff's office will send me their resident/inmates to be treated here. So these are programs. If you can look at it, research it, but the program will work, and it has been successful in the past. And this is why the state has asked me, the Sheriff of Mecklenburg County, to take care of all of the other 36 to 39 counties that have these challenges.
So is the Carlos Brown, is he receiving, what services is he receiving at this time?
Well, we can't talk about what services he's going to be receiving, but we're going to allow him to choose them. We can't force him to do anything. They have this conversation. He does an evaluation when he came here. And so we can't force this young man. Again, we are a facility of detention. The Carlos Brown, like many others, needs psychiatric treatment. We are not a psychiatric hospital, but we hold maybe 100 plus of these individuals like him inside. And so as unique as he may be at this moment, he's not unique to us because we deal with this each and every single day. We love the way it is being highlighted now, but what do we do in the future? This is good, but does the people in Raleigh hear us? No. Does the people living in Charlotte hear us? No. We house these people like him each and every day. Believe it or not, we have probably 100 more people inside the detention center at this moment, much severely than he is. But he is housed in a detention center.
Is he cooperating with having his meds and any other type of treatment?
We can't get into what he's doing and what he's not doing. We are going to connect with him and try to provide him the best treatment that we possibly can.
I understand that he is in protective custody. What additional security measures are being taken?
No, we're caution of him. If he's suicidal thoughts, we go all going to take care of that. This is normal for us. This is nothing new to us. It's nothing outstanding to us because this is what we deal with every day. It's just highlighted because of where it happened and the nature it's happened. We deal with individuals like him on a daily basis and people who are much more violent than he was.
How long will he be in protective custody for?
Well, we don't know that. We don't know because of his behavior. We don't know that.
You mentioned, having several people like him or worse. Do you think that there's a need for a larger facility? And do you think that the resources should start at a more juvenile age? If you maybe want to touch on that.
Well, let me first say this. You can walk down Charlotte streets and see people with severe mental challenges on the streets each and every day. We overlook them each and every day. They're called our homeless/unhoused. We see them each and every day. Went to an event the other night, absolutely wonderful event for the Supreme Court Justice. A individual was walking in the street, no shirt, pants on, and you can tell he didn't have any undergarments, no shoes or nothing. That person needs help. We can walk around the streets of Charlotte every single day and see these people. But until they commit a crime and become nationally known, then we want to do something. But what are we going to do after today? We can walk down the street of Charlotte anytime and see people. You can go to any area of the city and see people. You can go to Sugar Creek and see people. You can go downtown and see people. People lie on the street each and every day. There's a young lady just here on our 3rd Street. We know that she has challenges. We can look at her and see her has challenges. Who is going to that person to give them challenges? When we talk about our youth, of course our youth needs it. Why? Because they are subject to community violence each and every day. They're subject to just violence trauma situation each and every day. Why? Because this is the climate and atmosphere that they live in. Well, how can they get better? Well,
And we will get right back to the sheriff's and his interview, his raw interview played here in its entirety after this break here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus.